You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.
Are the Chicago Bears looking to add this three-time Pro Bowler to their O-line? Vegas oddmakers sure think so. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Bears fans, make sure you also do me a huge favor by also hitting the like button on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. So, Bears fans, at the moment, it appears that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears are basically done with making any big free agency moves this year prior to training camp. The roster is mostly set across the board heading into training camp for the Chicago Bears. And the thought amongst Bears fans is that the team may be looking to add a pass rusher before training camp, but nothing has really happened yet. Some hope the team actually looks into Connor Williams as well and hopefully adding him to the offensive line, which would obviously be a huge boost to the Chicago Bears offensive line going into training camp. Here's the interesting thing, Bears fans. Las Vegas oddmakers appear to think that another big name floating around is on the Chicago Bears radar. BetOnline has the Bears as the current favorite to sign former All-Pro left tackle David Bakhtiari. And Bears fans, we all know who David Bakhtiari is. He was on the Green Bay Packers for years, and he actually dominated us on the Green Bay Packers for years. There's even an iconic photo in his final game against the Chicago Bears last season where he's flipping off Chicago Bears fans. So this is really interesting that Vegas oddmakers have the Chicago Bears possibly signing a guy like David Bakhtiari. And personally, Bears fans, I don't really know how to feel about this if the Chicago Bears are actually interested in signing a guy like David Bakhtiari. 2 years ago, many people considered David Bakhtiari as one of the best left tackles in football. Then in 2020, he had a major knee injury that basically derailed his career. He then missed almost all of 2021. He came back in 2022 and suffered another knee injury and then missed all of 2023. So after all those setbacks for Bakhtiari, I'm not sure if he has anything left in the tank. And you basically add the fact that he is also turning 33 in September, and nobody knows what you would actually be getting out of a guy like Bakhtiari at this point. So signing a guy like him would actually be a major risk, not only for the Chicago Bears, but for any NFL team, considering a guy like David Bakhtiari. So to me, signing a guy like that at this point really makes no sense for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. And when you look at the Bears situation and when you're looking at their roster, they really don't have a pressing need at left tackle on this roster. You have Braxton Jones, which he is a quality starter. He is also younger and less expensive than a guy like David Bakhtiari. Plus, you also have solid depth at the tackle position for the Chicago Bears when you're looking at this roster. You have a guy like Larry Borum, and you also have rookie Karan Ahmadije. So if you look at the situation, it really doesn't make any sense for Ryan Poles on the Chicago Bears to add a guy like David Bakhtiari. If Bakhtiari is willing to take maybe a veteran minimum and be a backup, which I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm not sure if he's just trying to look to join a team before training camp and prove that he still has something in the tank, or if he's willing to be a backup. If he's willing to be a backup and maybe help get the most out of Braxton Jones, maybe you do bring him here to Chicago and really push Braxton Jones in training camp. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's a pressing need for the Bears to really push the subject on adding a guy like Bakhtiari. I think we are set at left tackle. I'm totally fine with Braxton Jones, Larry Borum, and Karan Ahmadije. Let those guys develop some more. Once again, Braxton Jones is a quality starter in the National Football League. And personally, Bears fans, I much rather see the Chicago Bears sign an edge rusher, maybe in Yannick Ngakoue, or even go at a guy like Connor Williams to this offensive line, because I feel like just adding a guy like Connor Williams would really elevate this Chicago Bears offensive line. So overall, Bears fans, we just have to wait and see what Ryan Poles does. I don't think he is going to be interested, so I'm not sure what Las Vegas oddmakers are thinking. I'm not sure why they have us as the favorite. I don't know if they know something that we don't know, but I would overall be kind of shocked if we do sign David Bakhtiari and bring him in during training camp. But hey, crazier things have happened. So overall, Bears fans, before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this. Do you think the Chicago Bears should go out and sign David Bakhtiari before training camp? Let me know down below in the comment section. But as always, Bears fans, make sure you continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. Better than that, be back for our all-new Bears podcast right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You've been listening to Geek on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.